Danielle Parker on the phone. Danielle, is she there?
Yes, dear. Yes, I'm right here, baby.
Oh, hi, sweetheart. I want to tell you, it was because of Danielle that and I'm going to call her Danny. Is that okay with you?
That's fine with me.
That we were able to get TJ to call in from Ground Zero. This is one heck of a lady. I want to tell you guys that she is a very highly respected TV, radio, and print journalist. She has reported for major consumer and business publications. If you don't know Danielle, you can go to Huffington Post, and God bless her, she's writing away on the Huffington Post. She's appeared in People and Grammy and Television Week magazines and on radio stations all over the place. She's best known, by the way, for breaking news stories, and she's got a nickname by the name of Scoop. And she's also a tireless advocate for first responders. And you got to give her credit. She is one unbelievable lady. And let me give you one other thing about why this is so powerful. Danny understands trauma. She lost her own mother when Danny, you were 14, right? I think when that happened.
No, I was actually 25.
Oh, you were 25. Okay, I got
25,
that one.
Yeah.
And she, her mother to a violent crime. And so she knows a little bit about what it's like to have something like that happen to you. And she's here with us today to talk. Danny, you are something, as I said. So let's talk. Let's talk about what TJ was talking about. And
sure, absolutely. And thank you, by the way, for that lovely introduction.
Oh, honey, anytime. But why can't they get respect? I mean, really, it is just bizarre.
You know, this is something that I've written twice about on the Huffington Post, and it is absolutely infuriating to me as someone who cares so much about our country and especially our first responders, because you know why, Halli? While everyone was running out of those buildings, all of these men and women were running into these buildings to save strangers that they've never met in their life. And what are the thanks that they get? The mayor, the city of New York, all of our senators and representatives decide to invite the families, which is absolutely perfectly respectable, to be honored today on the 10th anniversary of 9/11, 2001. But what about our first responders? And this is absolutely incensed me to the point where story number 3 is going to come, and I am going to find out why these men and women that saved all of our lives are not being honored and respected on this day. It is absolutely atrocious and disgraceful to me, and I am their biggest supporter and advocate, and I will continue to be one until people start listening and caring.
And caring. You know, yesterday, the day before, actually, it was yesterday, Eric Cantor, the Republican Majority Leader in the House, on the eve of 9/11, he insisted on spending cuts to first responders in exchange for emergency disaster aid. Is he kidding?
Halli, if I could, I may just go up to Mr. Cantor's office and put a mic in his face and ask him how he can sleep at night. It was interesting how Brian Williams went on when he was interviewing the Republican GOP candidates, and he asked Rick Perry how he can sleep at night for knowing that he put 243 inmates to death.
Wasn't that weird?
The people that were put to death this was DNA evidence, this was solid evidence. Rick Perry, I may not be a personal fan of some of his positions, but as far as the death penalty goes, I agree. Anyone who harms somebody in this country should be put to death. But Brian brings this up in a condescending way, and then now we have Representative Cantor pulling out funds from the James McGrota 9/11 Health and Compensation Bill, which took 7 years to pass, by the way. 7 years for these men to get the economic and medical support that they need. And may I give you I don't normally love to give statistics because most people, roll their eyes and snore, but there were over 250,000 toxins at Ground Zero after the World Trade Centers collapsed. And these brave men and women went down into these toxins and were told by Governor Christy Todd Whitman that the air was safe. I remember the moment I heard that on television. My husband and I looked at each other, and we said, "You must be kidding me." So now Eric Cantor is going to take away funds for these men and women, the 1,040 that TJ mentioned that have died, and the ones that continue to die of lung-related and cancer diseases and diseases that haven't even been discovered yet. So I want to know, where is the anger? Where is the fire? Where is the passion? When did we stop caring about people? Are we so desensitized to violence and video games and everything that we see on TV and in the movies that people don't matter anymore? This is why I am going to fight for them until my death.
Lady?
So, I mean, I know. Sorry, I know that's just, yeah.
Great.
I may have taken you back.
To be said. No, because it needs to be said, and I think if more people would get angry about it, maybe somebody will hear something. I mean, it's just,
Absolutely.
It is the biggest outreach in the world that this is happening, and right under everybody's noses. But you know what? It's not a sexy story. So it's
no,
not
it isn't. It isn't, and you know what?
It's not making the front page of the papers. That's what's the problem.
It doesn't sell. You know what, Halli? I can tell you a little statistic. When I post something on Facebook about entertainment news or social news or something related, you know, if I make a joke or something funny, I'll get something like 105 comments on it. If I post something to try to get attention to the first responders, I'm lucky if I get 6 comments on it. And that, to me alone, is very, very telling. It isn't a sexy story. It was one of my least popular Huffington Post stories. I'm going to write it again. I don't care if it's popular or not. If I can affect one person out there to change their mind and to actually pay attention to this and to give this one thing that they want to get their economic and medical help, which they so deserve because they have given their lives for us, and they want this ticker tape parade on the Canyon of Heroes, and I am going to be behind them 110%, whether it's sexy or not. And if I have to make it sexy, I'll go pose in a bikini, and I'll put up a poster, and we'll make it sexy.
Well, I think that we can do that. All of us can do that if we start talking about it a whole lot more, and maybe somebody will hear. Before I let you go, I have one other thing for you. You know that
Sure.
the title of the show was "Is America a Bunch of Wimps?" And
yes.
and I do want to address that because I think I travel, you know, out of the country a lot, and I hear an awful lot of stuff, and they're just laughing at us a lot because they're going, "What is with you guys with these huge, you know, every anniversary, 1-2 anniversary?" What do you think on that? I mean, am I being hard on America, or are we all suffering from a mass case of this PTSD that I think we are? And what do you think about that?
I have a very strong opinion on this, Halli. I think that the 10-year anniversary does make sense to commemorate because it is a marker date, okay? But as far as keeping this going, I think we should stop right now because I will tell you that I was on the Internet today looking at clips of Palestinians and Muslims across every nation laughing at the TV coverage round the clock that CNN, Fox News, NBC, every network, ABC, CBS, they were laughing hysterically at us. This actually feeds into what makes them happy, which is that we are victims. We are living in fear. And if we continue to feed this media monster, we will continue to be as such. I think the greatest thing we can do right now is say, you know, we did the 10th anniversary commemoration. Let's give the 9 responders their ticker tape parade, and then let's stop. Let's just do a small soundbite and honor the day. And from now on 9/11, stop doing this victim, you know, let us feel sorry for ourselves over and over and over again. And I'm saying that as a crime victim. I did this for many years when I lost my mother. It did absolutely no good for myself, for my life, for my family, for the people that loved me. I boxed them out. You know what? Feeling like a victim doesn't enable you to take action. So I say that we become survivors and thrivers, and we stop letting them victimize us. And I think we should do it now.
I can't agree with you more. Enough is enough, and if we could take some of our energy and put it towards helping people like TJ, I think that would be a far better thing than spending wasting our time on not wasting. I think today, as I agree, I thought today was perfect for this. I wouldn't have done the show if I didn't, but enough.
Absolutely.
This is Danielle Parker, also known as Danny, and you can catch her at the Huffington Post. She is one heck of a writer. She's adorable, by the way, cute as a button, looking, and
you're just sweet.
Honey, she's like she's like my new best friend.
Can she be my best friend too?
No, she can't be.
Absolutely, Mojo, anytime.